So this is to give you an idea how potentially you can enhance your business and make full use of the facilities we have. So as an overview, we all know how the world climate stands at the moment economically. COVID-19 has affected every country. There's a lot of people now that are undergoing home working. With businesses, there's closures, layoff, redundancies. Turnover's been dramatically reduced with a lot of businesses. That's if they can get the raw materials. And even the furloughing scheme could be delaying, what's inevitable. 80% of income, it's sometimes very difficult for people to cope on what was 100% of income. So to drop down to 80% can be very, very difficult and stressful. So there's a lot of people that are, will be looking for additional income. Something that really they can take control of, that's their own, and something, without a massive outlay, where they can actually work from home. So, if we just look at what you have, you may have an existing business, whatever that business happens to be. What we're talking about here is a way to generate more potential connections, clients, prospects, etc. You would certainly have a Sweet Talk business, which again, this will come into play through the presentation. And with Sweet Talk, you actually get 3 webinar accounts, and you can actually consider putting these to good use. So the 3 rooms that you've got, all of our group rooms are operated by a group controller. So you can actually consider promoting the fact that you will now have a paid group controller position. And going back to what we said about a lot of people looking to be able to generate a business, income from a business, this could be very, very attractive. The prospect can use the free training course that we've got. That link there, itsrightnow.net. When you click on that, it actually takes you through to a landing page, and it's a chat bot which then takes them through a series of questions. And at the end of the questions, to get the course, which will be sent to them, the link to download it, they'll need to give the name of the person that referred them. So again, if you're using this system, this technique, it then means that to get the course, they've got to give your name. The moment they give your name, they'll be sent the link to download the course, and you'll be sent a message to say that your prospect, Amanda Smith, has registered. That gives you a chance to contact Amanda and offer her support, because during the course, they're going to learn about our products. They're going to learn about the PIP Business Network platform. They're going to learn about the route to market and how we're actually paid. And they'll be demonstrating the software, which may get over any fear that they can't actually use the software that we're involved on. And they'll actually be offered a chance to start their own business online if they want to consider doing that. So the actions that a group controller, actually has to undertake, and we kept this down to a minimum in terms of actual verbal involvement, so that literally anybody can get to look at operating this position. So they'll be emailing to prospects and emailing to members. So if they can do emails, they're okay. They'll be opening a room. So again, these rooms will run at a specific time, and they'll be running it. So it will be opening the room, and there will be a verbal introduction. Then they'll be sharing a YouTube video, and that YouTube video will just briefly cover what we're about. So everybody in the network will be introduced, and will know how this operates and what the benefits are, and how we work. They'll introduce the members so that each of the member in the group can give their introduction into their business, at what they do, to the audience that's in the group. Then there's the presentation section, so they'll introduce the member that's doing the presentation, and then there's an introduction of the guest speaker that's giving an education slot, and then there'll be a Q&A session if there are questions to be asked. Certainly people will be able to network, and then the group controller will confirm the next meeting date and actually close the meeting. So an option they have, if they're not prepared to actually get involved in the business until they're confident, then they could actually consider using one of your 3 rooms. They can open up different group locations to suit you where you want these locations placed. And obviously these locations will be relevant to where you want to develop your business. So whether that's in your own district, your own region, your own country, or a neighbouring country, or a country in a different continent, that's entirely up to you, which will allow you then to present your business and be present in these meetings, making connections with these other people. You'll be able to promote and advertise your business and also present your business as a member within the room. And of course, the connection will allow you to have these one-to-one discussions to get to know the people, and they can actually get to know you. Now, the development potential of this is a duplicable methodology. We know about this. Our current business we've been in for 20 years, and we operate duplicable systems. We always are transparent in terms of what we do, and this is following the same principle. So in our current business, we'll tell people about the products and the services and how those products and services benefit them. We also tell those people how we actually get paid for what we do. So they've got a complete transparent view of our business, and obviously that leads to some results which I'll touch on. Now, each of these group rooms can contain up to 50 individual businesses, each with exclusivity for their sort of business. Over our last 19 years, we've been in 20 years now, but over the last 19 years, the conversion rate that we have following the transparency by talking about the products and the benefits to the client and customer and how we get paid and the benefits to us, to the client customer, it's resulted in, for every 10 customers that we actually get, when we talk about what we actually do and how we get paid, it's resulted in 1 in 10. So for every 10 customers, we will get 1 new partner to our business. Whether that's the client themselves, it could be their spouse, it could be their son, their daughter. The figures are 1 in 10. Now, over the 19 years, that's actually increased now. It's 1.7 in 10. And what it's projected to do, because of COVID and obviously the economic situation, that's projected to go to over 2. But using the 1 in 10, from 50 businesses, once people become passively introduced to what we do and how we operate, that's potentially 5 new partners for your particular group. So if you're an employer, just as an example, and you've got 3 people that, because the turnover had dropped, or maybe they're furloughed, they could actually consider using or putting to these 3 employees an operation where they could be using your 3 rooms. If they got 5 hours a week, because the meetings are every 2 weeks, that potentially would allow them to operate 10 groups each. So obviously if there's 10 groups and there's 3 of them, that's 30 different groups that you could have a presence in terms of location. These can be local, regional, national, or international. Again, it's based on what your business is about and how you want to develop it. So that's 30 locations for you to be present, and with up to 50 people in each location, 50 business prospects, that's business connections. So that's up to 1,500 potential business connections. Now, business people who again can use our products because they're aimed at helping businesses grow and develop and obviously generate extra income. Following that transparency method, that potentially means 1 in 10, that's 150 potential partners that could join your business. Obviously, this is a duplicable global platform, and one of our features of our commission plan is that 100% match. So where you have partners that can duplicate our processes, certainly on a global basis, they could be earning substantial amounts, and you are being taught to a 100% match of what they're actually earning. So to generate prospects, what actually is the attraction for people to come in? Well, the PIP Business Network offers every business on the planet a free business listing, which takes about 40 seconds for every business to fill in their information. That's information on a website which can be found by search engines. So that free entry could generate inquiries, business, sales, and obviously revenue. So just to indicate, if 100 emails were sent out to, say, 100 accountants or 100 solicitors, potentially could lead to 20 businesses registering for that free entry, maybe more. With those free entries, we then advise them what the benefits of the platform actually give them in terms of expanding their business, making new connections, getting more recommendations, generating more income, etc. And obviously it leads to more members in the group, which leads to a payment, which I'm going to touch on. There's an actual video link there which takes you to a tool which actually, if people want to do this on a volume basis, it explains how it works. So the membership, just to give you a comparison, BNI, which is a well-established business networking organisation operating since 1985, their current fees are 185 plus VAT. That's to join, and then your first year is 585 plus VAT. So you're talking over £900. Another popular network, again in the UK, is For Networking, which is £249 per year plus VAT. That's £299 plus £6 per meeting. Now, the PIP Business Network is giving the potential to people to join for £20 per year per group, and then £4 a meeting. So you can see the potential there that we're actually offering to people. But our unique selling point is that the PIP Business Network is the only business network that will be helping people to be profitable in growing their business, plus it can actually pay them and generate more income. And that's a unique selling point that the PIP Business Network has. So the scope and the potential, we're a global platform. That top left image shows you the home page of the PIP Business Network. You can see it's global. It covers all the continents and allows people to network locally, nationally and globally. So again, we're all about helping people to develop their business in the way that they want to, over the area that they want to. And the way this links back to the Originator, and again, if you've got people operating your groups or your rooms, etc., then you can see you can use the towns for where you're based. I've just used Birmingham in the UK because that's where I'm based. A group controller operates a couple of rooms in Birmingham. You can see the numbers there, 37 members in one group, 28 in another. At the same time, they open up a couple of meetings in Leeds in the UK and in Bristol in the UK. So you can see the different meetings there. The person or one of the people at the Leeds meeting has a connection, whether it's a relative or a business connection, in Mumbai in India. He invites that connection to one of our webinars, which again, because they're delivered online, so they can watch the webinar, they can see the potential, and then they decide to open up a raft of meetings right across India. All of the growth for the people that join the PIP Business Network and then upgrade, all of that growth comes back under the person that started it off, in this case, the person in Birmingham, UK. So you can see it's going from country to country. Same, you know, one of the Birmingham connections has a connection with someone in Boston in the USA. They get invited to a webinar, they see what we've got, they see the potential, they open meetings right across the USA. Again, the people that upgrade, all that growth comes back under your particular group if you started this off in Birmingham. And then the same applies to Munich in Germany. A few meetings opened up there, someone sees the potential and he starts to open up meetings right across Germany, right across Europe. Again, the people upgrade, all of that growth comes back under you, you know, if you started this off in Birmingham, just as an example. So at the meetings, again, we've got a set agenda, but the introduction aspect introduces a 3-minute composite video. This is what the controller will play. That introduces our products, our platform, the route to market, the commissions, and again, following that transparency, which again we've experienced over the last 19 years, that will lead to people converting and joining the business that we have. So again, if the group controller is just using, you know, one of your rooms, and when they go through this process, the people in that group want to join, they're going to go in your group. But it gives you the opportunity to say to the group controller, there's a new prospective member that's going to actually join. If you want to become a member in our business, then they can be in your team. So they will actually see this process happening, which again gives them the confidence and gives them the want to actually start their own business. So the group controller is now going to be a paid one. Effectively, what it's going to mean is when running each of the group meetings, the group controller will receive $2 per paid attendee. Now, the group meetings last approximately 1 hour. So a group can have between 10 and 50 attendees. 50 is the maximum that we keep it to in a meeting, but that would generate then between $20 to $100 per hour as a pay rate. So again, it's something that can be very, very lucrative if someone wants to operate these rooms working from home. So what's been set up at the moment in the UK, we've got 27 sites. Initially, we're planning for between 300 to 500. In the USA and Canada, we've set up 11 sites, but when you consider there are states and regions, you know, the 50 states, etc., just taking one meeting in the capital of each state, there's 50, just one meeting. When you take the size of Texas, for instance, which is enormous, there could be hundreds of meetings just in Texas. So again, there's room for expansion, but also we've located one in each of the capital cities of each country in the world. That's over 200 locations, and they're ready now to operate and expand for state or for division or for country growth. And obviously the resultant growth in terms of people joining will be within someone's structure using that 100% match facility that we have, which is very, very lucrative. So if you've got, you'd like more information, please feel free to email me at paul@pipbusinessnetwork.com, or you can use pip4bn@gmail.com. WhatsApp, there's my telephone number there. And we can actually have a webinar Blaze discussion. We can meet in one of the webinar rooms and have a face-to-face discussion on camera. So hopefully that's been of help to you. Any questions, please come back to me. Look forward to speaking with you.